Self-belief, the first step to success. This is not just a sentence, but an eternal truth upon which every great life, every extraordinary achievement, and every journey that makes the impossible possible is built. Because the moment a person makes the firm resolve within themselves that I can do it, that very moment the direction of their life begins to change. Self-confidence is the invisible force that infuses tired feet with renewed energy, lights a lamp of hope in a broken heart, and draws a line of light in a future shrouded in darkness. Swami Vivekananda said that man's greatest sin is his weakness, and this weakness is not born of circumstances, but from the lack of faith we have in ourselves. Because when a person considers themselves insignificant, they insult their own infinite potential, while the truth is that within every human being lies boundless power, boundless courage, and boundless strength. History bears witness that those who believed in themselves are the ones who transformed from ordinary to extraordinary. A poor boy who experienced hunger, humiliation, and struggle later became a great man who guided the world. Self-confidence does not mean that fear will never come, but it means that even in the face of fear, the courage to move forward will remain, because fear does not stop a person, but giving in to that fear is what stops them. When you believe in yourself, failure does not break you, but teaches you. Criticism does not weaken you, but strengthens you, and difficulties do not destroy you, but refine your character like gold. Self-confidence is the seed from which the tree of action grows. Any effort made without faith remains incomplete because the mind has already given up. Vivekananda said that the day a person recognizes the power within themselves, that day they cease to be a slave and become a master. Because self-confidence liberates the mind, and only a free mind creates great things. A person who constantly waits for the approval, praise, and support of others surrenders control of their life to others, while a person who trusts in themselves can mold circumstances to their advantage. Only those who know how to rise after falling succeed in the test of life, and this skill belongs only to those who have faith in themselves, believing I can stand up again. Self-confidence is directly related to self-respect. When you respect yourself, the world also begins to look at you with respect, because the world thinks of you the way you think of yourself. The path to success is never straight. There are thorns, stones, and dark nights, but the traveler who carries the lamp of self-belief cuts through every darkness and moves forward. Vivekananda, addressing the youth, said that you possess the power to shake the entire world, but first you must believe in yourselves, because without self-confidence, even knowledge becomes a burden and power becomes inactive. Self-confidence is not an external object that can be bought from the market. It is a quality that develops through continuous practice, discipline, positive thinking, and self-control. When you tell yourself every day, I am not weak, I am learning, I am not losing, I am gaining experience, then gradually your subconscious mind accepts this truth, and that truth begins to manifest in your actions. For a person who clearly sees their goal and trusts in themselves, a lack of resources never becomes an obstacle, because faith finds a way. In moments of failure, self-confidence becomes the shield that wards off the blows of despair and reminds you that one defeat does not define your worth. According to Vivekananda, a person becomes what they think of themselves. Therefore, if you think of yourself as weak, you will become weak, and if you consider yourself powerful, you will become powerful. This is the law of self-confidence. Self-confidence does not mean arrogance, but rather a calm and steady awareness of one's own abilities, where you neither consider yourself superior to others nor inferior to anyone. When a person believes in themselves, they stop comparing themselves to others, because they know that their journey is different, their pace is different, and their goal is also unique. There are times in life when the whole world seems to be against you, even your loved ones abandon you. But at that time, if your faith in yourself remains unwavering, you can move mountains even alone.
Self-confidence is that inner voice that says, keep going, don't stop, even if the results are not immediately visible, because faith teaches you to trust the process. Vivekananda's life itself is a living example of this principle.
Despite poverty, illness, and opposition, he never lost faith in himself, and that same faith led him to the stage in Chicago where a sage introduced the world to India's spiritual power. Self-confidence is essential for education because degrees may give you knowledge, but self-confidence gives you the courage to use that knowledge. It is called the first step to success because without climbing this step, you cannot reach any further steps. Hard work, discipline, and patience all follow. When you believe in yourself, you learn to take responsibility. You stop blaming others for your life, and this responsibility makes you mature and empowered. Self-confidence develops gradually by making and keeping small promises to yourself, by facing difficult tasks instead of running away from them, and by resolving to improve yourself every day. Remember, the world will not believe in you until you believe in yourself, because the sparkle in your eyes, the steadiness in your voice, and the firmness in your steps testify to your self-confidence. Ultimately, the truth is that self-belief is not an option, but an essential condition for success. And the day you awaken within yourself the firm belief that I am enough, I am capable, and I can reach my goal, that day you will have not only taken the first step toward success, but you will have already covered half the distance.